Hi, let's discover the mystery and intrigue about 7 ghost stories above the Arctic Circle. The Arctic Circle is a vast and remote region, with a history steeped in mystery and folklore. There are many stories and legends of ghosts, and other supernatural phenomena that have been passed down through generations of indigenous people who have lived in the region for centuries. However, many of those stories are culturally sensitive and should be shared in person by people from that culture. Here are 10 ghost stories that are commonly known or reported in the general culture, but please be aware that these stories are fictional or unverified. The Ghost Ship of the Arctic. This legend tells of a phantom ship that is said to sail the icy waters of the Arctic. According to the story, the ship is crewed by the spirits of sailors who died in the Arctic, and it can be seen on the horizon on particularly cold and foggy nights. Some versions of the legend say the ship is trying to lure other sailors to their doom, while others say it is simply a warning of an impending storm or other danger. The Ghost Hunter of Svalbard. This story tells of a hunter who died in the Arctic wilderness, but whose spirit still haunts the land. According to the legend, the hunter's spirit is said to be protective of the wildlife in the region, and will appear to those who harm or kill animals in the area. The spirit is said to be particularly vengeful against those who hunt the polar bears, which are sacred to the native people of the Arctic. The Haunted Hotel of Tromsø. This legend tells of a hotel that was built on top of an ancient burial ground. According to the story, the hotel is haunted by the spirits of the long-dead Arctic people who are said to still be buried beneath the building. The ghosts are said to be particularly active at night, and guests have reported strange noises, cold spots, and other supernatural occurrences. The Polar Bear Ghost of Svalbard. This legend tells of a ghostly polar bear that is said to roam the Arctic wilderness. According to the story, the bear was once a fierce hunter who was killed by a human, but whose spirit still roams the land seeking revenge. The ghostly bear is said to be able to appear and disappear at will, and is particularly active during the long Arctic nights. The Ghost of the Lost Whaler. This legend tells of a whaler who died in the Arctic waters, but whose spirit is said to still haunt the region. According to the story, the whaler's ghost is said to appear on the ice, usually to those who are in danger, warning them of an impending disaster. Some versions of the legend say that the ghost will even help to guide lost travelers to safety. The Ghostly Lights of the Arctic. This legend tells of ghostly lights that are said to be seen in the Arctic sky. According to the story, the lights are the spirits of the dead, who have come back to the land of the living to guide or to warn the living. The lights are said to be particularly active during the long Arctic nights, and are often seen by people who are lost or in danger. The Spectre of the Arctic Fox. This story tells of an Arctic fox that died in the wild, but whose spirit is said to still be haunting the land. According to the legend, the fox's spirit is said to be fiercely protective of the Arctic wilderness, and will appear to those who would harm the land or its inhabitants. Subscribe and hit the like button for unleashing the power of mystery and intrigue.